Full Velocity TV begins now.
Let her dig! Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire! Ooh. Let her dig!
Good evening and welcome live here to Full Velocity TV. Boy, do we have a race in store for you here this evening. It is DWR Sunday Night Shootout Season number 3, race number 1, Knoxville Speedway. I'm Todd Stanton. Alongside of me is Raging Ron Piles here, finally back in the booth here. Great to have you alongside of me here tonight.
Oh yeah, for sure, Todd. It's great to be back here. It's definitely missed out on a lot of good racing action. I was trying to tune in and follow as much as I could with all the stuff that was going on back home and everything. Definitely, you know, great night to be back. Sitting here looking through, I've got 41 cars at least here signed in tonight, and it looks like we had 39 take time so far. So I'm not sure what's up with the other two just yet, but Derek Debris definitely setting the top of the charts tonight here. 22.882 his quick time. So 2 cars is breaking the 22.8s there. And looks like a great handful of them in the 22.9s down to the 23s, 23.5 seconds all the way back to 39s. So some tight times there.
Yeah, definitely some tight times here this evening. Like you said, a lot of cars here at Knoxville Sunday Night Shootout. Want to be a part of this series? Get a hold of the DWR guys. This is the way you can get into the Wednesday night street fights, as that's invite only. This is where you can get involved in this. Is the top 20 times up on the screen. That's going to end here, and that's going to end qualifying here. We're going to go ahead and stop that session. Heat race number 1 going to start to come to grid here tonight, and there will be 9 cars in heat race number 1. Starting on the pole, driving the number 117, that's Derek Debris. His dancing brother outside, driving the number 61, that's Josh Peacock.
Starting third is going to be Terry Joyner. Sorry about that. Starting fourth will be Kyle Moyer.
Starting in the 5th starting position, number 6, Ryan Bronson. Outside of him, number 8, that's Austin Miners.
Starting in the 7th position is going to be the 009 machine of Joshua Ely. And starting on the 8th position there is going to be Travis Martin in the number 76 machine.
Shotgun on the field, driving the number 17 machine, that is Chad Bird.
Yep, going to be a definite good show here for this heat race. Going to be 9 cars and 8 laps is the distance. If you're coming from the back, you've got to start moving on lap number 1. So what do you think about that, Todd?
Yeah, definitely going to have to make some moves here early. These guys still waiting on a couple of guys to grid. That'd be the number 6, Ryan Bronson, and Derek Debris aboard the 117 machine, setting quick time here this evening at the Knoxville Raceway. Just waiting for those guys to roll out of tech inspection, and hopefully that is going to be here rather shortly, as Debris earned his qualifying position here tonight.
Yeah, Debris definitely going to be one of the top-notch guys here tonight. See how that's going to play out for him here once they get rolling off the grid. Looks like we've got 8. We're waiting on one more. Looks like we may have somebody that's not going to make the grid for this heat race, and that's going to be kind of hard for him to make his way out of a super race here later on in the evening.
Yeah, definitely. We're going to play a little bit of Alphabet Super, the consolation races, I should say, here tonight, and it's going to be rather interesting to see how that's all going to play out. As looks like Peacock disappearing off the screen there for a moment. Heat race number 1 under action here, finally firing off of pit road, finally rolling out onto the track here at Knoxville Raceway. So this is going to be interesting. This starts season number 3, race number 1, Knoxville Sunday night shootout, and man, the last couple of shootouts that we've had here on Full Velocity TV have been fantastic. Is this going to be some more of the same, you think, tonight, Ron?
They keep changing the way that these cars drive and the way the setups are, and it takes a lot of time to put into these to see if you can actually make something of it, come out and compete with these guys. This is one of the best places to come and try out what you got. If you want to see where you stand, DWR is definitely one of the top-notch places to come to. I'd recommend coming here, giving it a shot, see how you compare yourself to a lot of these top-notch guys here. You got them from every level, from top-notch to people that are learning, people that are coming in here and trying to figure things out, people that know what they're doing, people that are going to help you. But definitely, this is, it's going to be fun. Knoxville's always a great place to come and race, especially with these cars in general. We're going to see some great racing here tonight as the pace truck dives off, and we are going to go under green flag racing here. As Derek Debris is going to bring him down, taking the shotgun, going into turn number 1 here.
And Derek Debris drives it down into turn number 1 low and down on the apron. The 61 and Josh Peacock running in that second spot. Battle for third, though, between the number 711 of Terry Joyner and Kyle Moyer aboard the number 11 machine. Nice side-by-side battle going down the back straightaway here into turn number 3. It is Moyer up on the top shelf.
Yeah, for sure there. Terry Joyner and Kyle Moyer are going to battle out for that third spot. Looks like Terry's going to pull out just a little bit there on the bottom, but Kyle's not going to let him go that easy right there. Looks like now we've got the number 8, Austin Meaners, is trying to work his way on the number 11 machine of Moyer as well.
Yeah, Austin Miner down to the bottom, side-by-side battle here for the 4th spot here with Kyle Moyer. Like you said, a lot of cars here in the field this evening at the DWR Sunday Night Shootout trying to make their way into the main event. As Derek Debris right now showing the way with Peacock running for 2. Third right now is the 711, Terry Joyner, and Austin Miner is right now locking down that 4th position.
Josh Peacock getting a run off of 2 down the backstretch, trying to catch up to Derek Debris. He's running a little higher than everybody is right now. He's trying to build that cushion up a little bit in the middle of the corner, try to get a little bit of a run here. I noticed he was starting to gain on him a little bit, but I think he just lost that ground coming off of 4. So definitely 2 on the top side looks like it's a little better and a little grippier than it is off of 4 right now. Austin Meaner's going to dive back under the 711, try to take that 3rd spot away coming off of turn number 2, and it looks like he's going to get a run, but it's not quite going to be enough just yet, but he might get it coming through 3 and 4.
Austin definitely on the move here, down on the bottom side, almost making contact there with the 711 of Terry Joyner. Joyner right now stuck up top. Miner's down to the bottom side. It's a nice side-by-side battle for that 3rd spot. Austin trying to get in front of him. He's going to indeed do so. Terry Joyner now dropped back to that 4th spot. A little bit of checking up going on. Kyle Moyer and Ryan Bronson in the number 6 machine. They made a little bit of contact as Joyner had to check up.
Yeah, when Joyner had to check up, it brought that transfer spot battle in really hot and heavy, but now they've started to break away just a little bit. Good battle and a good distance there between 5th and 4th right now as far as them trying to get this position there. The 6th car of Ryan Bronson trying to work his way under Austin Moyer right now. Trying to get under Austin Miner, sorry.
Definitely a good position battle going on for that. Top spot was going to be hot and heavy there, highly contested there for a moment, but it looks like the 61, Al Peacock, has backed out of it just a little bit, sitting there riding here as we have 2 laps to go here. Popsicle sticks in the air, 2 laps. We have 6 laps in of this 8-lap heat race. There's 5 big heat races here this evening, so I tell you what, you wanted a lot of racing action, you got to hear tonight on Full Velocity TV. Also being simulcasted over there at the Stars on Dirt. Phil and Todd True and Jack over there manning the controls, so Phil doing that all by himself. 6 big features over there, but a fantastic job going on here as the final lap has now ensued as the number 117 of Derek Debris leading them down the back straightaway for the final time.
Yes, sir. Travis Martin there about a lap and a half ago spun out coming off of 4 and took it to the pits and parked it. As we come off of turn number 4, Derek Debris going to pick up your heat race number 1 win with Josh Peacock 2nd, Austin Meaners in 3rd, Terry Joyner is going to be 4th, 5th, Kyle Moyer, Ryan Bronson 6th, Joshua Ely 7th to round it out.
As we get locked and loaded here for heat race number 2, it's going to go away like this. Starting on the pole, driving the number 20, that's Greg Tuberville. His dancing brother outside, driving the number 1, that's Alex Brewer.
And starting in the 3rd position is going to be David Brewer. Wow. Must be brothers or something in the 319 machine. And starting in 4th will be Chris Miller in the number 9 machine.
Casey Brunson starts in the 5th position in the 010 machine. Walter Weaver aboard the number 35. He's going to roll off 6th.
Starting in the 7th position with the number 40 of Jordan Curdy. And starting outside of him in row number 4 will be the number 622 of Ryan Baker.
That's going to indeed round out our top 8 drivers. We called for 8 out there, so we have 8 drivers ready to take this green flag. These guys are already rolling out on the speedway here for 8 big laps here to decide who's going to make the A main. The rest going to go to the consolation events here live on Full Velocity TV. The flagger has that 1 lap to go signal here to go to green flag racing off of turn number 4. And it's going to be interesting. Tuberville having a lot of bad luck here as of late on Full Velocity TV. Like to see him get his season turned around, especially at the start of the season here this year. So hopefully Tuberville gets that turned around and hopefully has a good season number 3 here in the Sunday Night Shootout.
I haven't got to watch a whole lot of this lately, but what I have seen has been really great. Tuberville is definitely, you know, he's a good driver in general. He's pretty dominant, but Pace Truck's going to drop off here, coming off of turn number 4. We're going to get ready to go green flag racing here. And we're going to bring them down. The green flag is out, going to turn number 1, and Greg Tuberville is going to jump out to the early point lead, just like we've seen in heat race number 1. But we have a battle for 2nd and 3rd right now, and a battle for the transfer spot as well. Looks like Chris Miller's going to jump to 4th right now and hold on to that transfer spot, but he got into the backstretch wall a little bit, which is going to allow the 010 of Casey Brunson to go back on ream on turn number 3 and 4.
Yeah, Brunson right now down to the bottom side in the 010 machine. As he's trying to get around Miller, he's going to indeed do so here. He's going to lock himself into that 4th spot. Tuberville right now holding on to the top spot, makes a little bit of an error there through the corner. Alex Brewer in the number 1. Dives down to the bottom there momentarily. Going to do it down here to turn number 3 once again, trying to get something to work for that number 1 machine. David Brewer running in that 3rd spot.
Greg Tuberville running the high side through 3 and 4 there. Still showing dominant on that high side right now. Brewer's to run the bottom. Looks like we're going to do a single file here for the time being. Tuberville out to a lead he's out there probably maybe about 3 or 4 car lengths right now.
And Tuberville doing a fantastic job aboard the number 20 machine, but Alex Brewer that is, running in 2nd, trying to track him down. 3rd is David Brewer. Miller looked like he jumped out of line there momentarily to try to do something there, and he made a huge mistake and already dropped back to the 5th position, now dropping back even more into the clutches of the 35. That's Walter Weaver down to the bottom side. Miller getting a tad bit loose, but meanwhile, battle going on for that 3rd spot. The 010 of Casey Brunson goes to the top shelf of the speedway. That's a side-by-side battle for the 3rd spot.
Yes, sir. Just like iRacing scoring in the corner here is a little off still from the last build. David Brewer and Casey Brunson showed they switched spots here. And it looks like they have just a little bit now that Brewer's been able to work to the inside, but he's going to slide up, almost put the door to the 010 machine of Brunson there. They're coming off of turn number 4. They're still side by side, but oh, there we go. The 319's pulled ahead of the 010.
Yeah, great battle going on for that 3rd spot. As Brewer now still running in 3rd, but the 010 Brunson really challenging his patience there, trying to get around the top shelf of the speedway, as now Brewer slides up in front of him, trying to kill his run just a tad bit, using the back end of that car to kill that run. Popsicle 6 meanwhile up in the air there. 2 more trips around for the number 20 of Greg Tuberville.
Yeah, 2 to go. Tuberville still in the lead. We got Alex Brewer in 2nd, David Brewer in 3rd. But the battle between David Brewer and Casey Brunson is I mean he almost put Brunson in the wall coming down the backstretch. You know, and going into 3, I mean, you guys are racing, and you're in the transfer spot. Why? I mean, I get you want a better starting spot in the future, but you guys are going to be rubbing each other. I mean, if you're having fun, have at it, you know, and I don't blame them. But and it's just, you know, do you really want to take that chance and take yourself out of a transfer spot just because you're racing hard in a heat race? I mean, I enjoy racing hard just as much as anybody else, but there's got to be a line.
And definitely got to be a line, and off of turn number 4, picking up heat race number 2. It's going to be Greg Jumperville. Alex Brewer going to finish for 2. Third is going to be Casey Brunson in number 010, and the 319 of David Brewer going to round out your top 4 cars here in heat race number 2.
Yeah, it was definitely a tough break on Chris Miller there. Outside, he started up there, was able to, he just kind of ended up sliding back. But, it's a great heat race, good racing action. And for the fans out there, we're going to bring you plenty more of that where that came from.
Yeah, definitely going to be plenty more. We have 41 cars in the house tonight, taking 26 to the main event here this evening. But this is heat race number 3. Starting on the pole is going to be Stephen M. Moore aboard that number 73 machine, and his dancing partner outside, the evil one himself. That's Jim Revis aboard the 21.
Starting inside row number 2 is going to be the 07 machine of Justin Pruitt. Outside of him is going to be the 124 of Brett Rolls.
Next row back, starting in the 5th star position, that's Chadwick Rigby aboard the number 53, and his dancing partner outside, driving the 83, that's Ryan Oakes.
And in the next row back in the 7th position, we have Sawyer Swiatek in the number 67 machine. And starting shotgun on the field will be the number 51 of Trace Williams.
Got 8 big cars out there for heat race number 3. Like you said, 41 cars, 26 cars going to make the main event. Got to thank everybody here for tuning in. If you like what you see here on Full Velocity TV, make sure you like, share our link out there on Facebook. Make sure you get everybody to join YouTube and Twitch, because if Facebook goes down, we got to have an alternative here for our Kiers on the Fever here every single night on Full Velocity TV. Cannot wait to see what's going to happen here in the feature events, but we still got 3 more heat races in store for you before we even get to the consolation events and to the main event here on Full Velocity TV. And got to thank everybody that's involved here, getting us over here every Sunday night here for the DWR Sunday night shootout. Getting ready to get the green flag off of turn number 4. iRacing.com pace truck going to turn down to pit road, just waiting for the loud pedal to go down, and that's going to be led by Moore. The 21 of Revis, green flags in the end. We're racing down the front straightaway, and it's going to be the 73 of Moore jumping out to the early advantage.
Yep, Stephen Moore in the 73 machine going to jump out to early advantage. The 21 of Jim Revis going to hang on to that 2nd position right now. The only battle I see on the speedway right now is back for the 5th, 6th, 7th position. And that's involving Chadwick Rigsby, Sawyer Swiatek, and Ryan Oakes. But if they're going to get going and get up there and get that transfer spot, now's the best time to get going, because you never know what's going to happen here in the laps that close into the end of this race.
I definitely don't know what's going to go on. Jim Revis running in that 2nd spot. Look at Brett Rolls down to the bottom of the Tennessee Tumbler, trying to get around Justin Pruitt aboard the number 07 machine. Again, you're seeing some different faces up on the screen here. That's what the new advantage here that we have. The guys that race here with DWR have been sending in screenshots there of their faces. They're going to be able to put your name to your face now here on Full Velocity TV. And if you want to get involved in that, get a hold of us here. Full Velocity, we'll make sure we get your screenshot up there, and every race that you're in here on Full Velocity TV, we'll make sure that you're in there.
Oh boy, eventually one of those races I'll be in, and they'll see my ugly mug instead of just listening to me yap.
Yeah, eventually we're going to put some names to faces here for the announcing screen recognition here. We'll see what happens. As meanwhile, up front it is Stephen Moore with the 73 machine pulling out to about a 6-car length advantage over the number 21 of Jim Revis. Revis right now under fire there from the 07 to Pruitt. Pruitt looks down to the bottom side-by-side battle there for that 2nd spot. As Revis started to drop back, just faded here in heat race number 3. Going to have to see if he can hold on to a transfer spot. He does not want to go through one of them tricky consolation events, as it's going to be rather hard to make the A-main through those.
Yeah, most definitely. And like you said, right now you got Justin Pruitt putting the pressure on Revis, but Brett Rolls is looking to try and make it 3 wide here if he can figure out how to get around the outside or the inside of one of these guys. He's just waiting for one of them to slip up or one of them to slide too high. And we got contact, as it looked like Justin Pruitt got into Brett Rolls a little bit, and that's going to allow him to slip back into the clutches of Chadwick Rigby.
Yeah, Rolls got a little bit of sideways aboard the number 17 machine, and I think that was just kind of an incidental contact there, as Rolls able to hold on to it there in the 17 machine, but now battling for his life for the 4th position, as Rolls trying to work over the top shelf, trying to get around Rigby and trying to make sure he stays into that 4th spot. Now down to the bottom side, though, 7 of Pruitt. He's looking low, trying to take over 2nd from the 21 of Revis.
The 21 of Revis able to pull back ahead, coming off of turn number 2. That's going to put Justin Pruitt back to third. Brett Rolls has made his way back to the fourth position as he was fighting with Chadwick Rigby there once he had the incidental contact. And it still looks like Justin Pruitt is not going to settle in for that third spot as he tries to get back under Jim Revis coming off of turn number 4. And that will, I believe that we've got one more lap here. Last lap chance for Chadwick Rigby to try and fight his way around Brett Rolls to get back into this transfer spot to see if he can do it. Looks like Rolls has a good entry coming into 3. I don't think he's going to have enough for him off of 4. As we come down to the stripe, it's going to be Stephen Moore taking the heat race win with Jim Revis in second, Justin Pruitt in third, and Brett Rolls taking that last transfer spot into the A main.
A great racing here for heat race number 3. Heat race number 4 going to start here, and these guys are going to start gridding here for heat race number 4, and it's going to go away like this. Starting on the pole, that's Electric Eric aboard the number 12 machine. That's Eric Eichstead in the number 12. His dancing partner to the outside. Driving the number 10, that's Racing Jason Salter aboard the number 10 machine.
Starting third, the 91 machine is going to be Tyson Pankow. And starting fourth is going to be the 13 of Caleb Ramsey.
Rolling off in the 5th starting position, driving the number 16 machine, that's David Blackbird. And that's dancing by the outside, driving the 221, that's Jeremy Callahan.
Starting third, the 91 machine is going to be Tyson Pankow. And starting in the 7th position is going to be the number 52 of Jason Allen. And rounding out the field is going to be the number 50 of Malachi Smith.
So it looks like everybody's stacked and packed out here. The white flag going to go out here as they do a traditional pace lap here. As these guys here, heat race number 4 is on the docket here. 5 big heat races here for tonight's Sunday night shootout. Again, cannot say it enough. 41 entries here tonight on a regular Sunday night shootout. So thank you to everybody tuning in. Thank you to everybody showing up. Again, if you like what we do, stars donations out there, Facebook Live. We want to see some stars donations coming our way here. Is on Full Velocity TV. It's a great way to be part. Get your name mentioned. Got to thank Caleb Ramsey for the 50 stars. We'd like to see a lot more people donating those stars donations here to Full Velocity TV. iRacing.com page truck dives down to the bottom, waiting for the green flag off of turn number 4. Green flags in the end. We're racing down the front straight away, and Eichstead leads the charge.
Eichstead definitely leads the charge. We're almost 3 wide coming into turn number 1 between Jason Salter, Steve Robbins, and Kyle Surratt. But they're battling hard right now. They're sliding back, trying to figure out single file where they're going to file in at until they can start doing battle again here. Top 4 right there, the transfer spot. It's kind of, well, he's running them down now. Their 5th place machine of David Blackburn is catching Steve Robbins right now for that transfer spot.
Yeah, definitely fantastic racing going on there for the final transfer spot. Got to thank Mindy Eichstead out there giving us 100 stars. So leading the stars battle there. And so is it Eric Eichstead there in the number 12 machine. He's leading the heat race here. Heat race number 4. Racing Jason running in that 2nd spot. 3rd right now is the number 25 of Kyle Surratt. Surratt right now is in 3rd. 4th is the number 073 is Steve Robbins. Now that's going to change as Robbins now gets around the number 25 machine. 25 drop kicks all the way back to about the 5th spot now.
And 25 of Kyle Surratt there had to check up there. I believe Robbins got a little loose and allowed that position battle for that transfer spot to heat up again. Just sitting there watching back and forth, get a little bit loose, and you have to check up for somebody. It can change your game plan, especially in a heat race when you're trying to battle in for a main transfer. Especially in a heat race right now, as we got the 25 trying to work back into the 16 of David Blackburn for that transfer spot at the moment. Good, clean racing for that transfer spot right now. There's not many door-to-door contact. When you can race side by side, we got a battle for the lead right now. It looked like the Racing Jason trying to work his way under the 12 machine of Eric Eichstedt, but he is falling back. Now going to try it again on the bottom side, and it's going to go to Eric Eichstedt off the top, coming off of turn number 2.
Yeah, Eichstedt right now holding on to the top spot. Is Racing Jason Salter down to the middle groove of the track, trying to get around the number 12 of Eric Eichstedt. So we'll see if he's going to be able to do that. He's going to have 2 laps remaining here around the Knoxville Raceway to try to pull off a maneuver there on the number 12 machine, or is he going to just sit back there and wait? Remember that it'll give him a good track position if he can indeed do so there. Get the top spot. That's going to probably put him about 4th come feature time. So the number 10 does have something to race for. Is White Silk going to come out here this time? Buys are going to flash by that start-finish line. So Eric Eichstedt just got to hold on one more lap.
Eric Eichstedt got to hold on one more lap, and the difference between 1st and 2nd is 4th or 8th place starting spot. So it is a great difference there. You are fighting for a good, a better starting position in the feature. It's still got a battle for that transfer spot between the 25 of Kyle Surratt and the 16 of David Blackberg, as they're going to come off of turn number 4 here. And from what I can see in my knowledge of things, it looks like the 16 of David Blackberg is going to come home with that transfer spot, with Eric Eichstedt winning the heat race. Actually, looks like Jason Salter took that one. Eric Eichstedt's going to be 2nd.
No, Eric Eichstedt going to take down that victory. You missed a whale of a battle there, Piles. You had a whale of a battle going on for the final transfer. We had a whale of a battle going on there for the top spot there, and it was actually Eric Eichstedt just barely nipping Jason Salter at the line.
I was going to say my statistics here and what I saw were 2 different things. I was like, this doesn't look right.
No, sometimes they're not. It's imperfections here, but heat race number 5 going to go away like this. Starting on the pole, driving the number 097 machine, that's Mitch Enos. His dance brother outside, driving the number 00, the double dot, that's Michael Whitlock.
You're starting 3rd. So we got Tyson Pankow. Starting 4th will be, this isn't updating for me for some reason. It doesn't look like Caleb Ramsey in 4th.
Yeah, indeed. Caleb Ramsey rolling off in the 4th starting position. Rolling off in 5th is the number 99 machine. That's Preston Williams. His dancing partner outside, driving the 178 is Steve Redudes.
And starting on the number 7th position to be the 146 of Adam Stevens. And rolling off in the back of the field for this one is going to be the 41 of RJ Packer.
The 5th and final heat race of the evening getting set here, locked and loaded here at Knoxville Raceway, Sunday Night Shootout, Full Velocity TV. Thank you to everybody tuning in here to Full Velocity TV. It wasn't for you, the fans, the leagues out there, the sponsors, the announcers that come alongside of us like Ron and Phil and Jack and everybody doing the controls and different things that are going on, and our sponsors, of course. You can't thank those guys enough. We want to be out here for Full Velocity TV. Again, you can always look at the heat drivers there. We try to put them up here on the left-hand side of the screen just so you can see who they are, numbers, and everything that's going on, kind of like a workbook out there. But we're getting ready to go green flag racing off of turn number 4. It's going to be Enos and Whitlock to lead them down.
Yes, sir, it is. Flagman's got the green flag in hand. He's going to toss it down there. We're going to let the drivers take off. They're going to be on the lap pedal going to turn number 1, and it looks like we are going to have Mitchell Enos going into turn number 1. And Tyson Pankow is going to try to go under him. Enos is going to get a little bit loose, and it looks like he's going to bump a little bit. He's going to go around. He's going to save it. Tyson's going to join him. Actually, we're going to have 2 cars stopped on the backstretch on the bottom. We're going to continue to stay green flag racing. That's going to hand the lead over to Michael Whitlock.
Yeah, Whitlock going to hand over the lead to number 91 machine, and Pankow got into the back of him, so he's holding up there just a little bit. And that's a tough break for the 097 and the 91 of Pankow. Those guys going to have to come through the consolation events, but meanwhile, up front, it's a double knot of Michael Whitlock. Now Caleb Ramsey running for 2 in that number 13 machine. Those guys have quite the distance between themselves in this 3rd place running. RJ Packer, number 41, and Steve Redunes right now running in the 4th and final transfer.
Yeah, well, it's Redunes in 4th, and he's got Preston Williams is close on his hind end. Adam Stevens is there as well. We'll see if they can do anything with this transfer spot battle as they start to run these laps down. Looks like we got 2.5 way this time around. But yeah, definitely Michael Whitlock, he must have been saying some prayers there in the lineup shoot, because he got answered a big one to be able to take the lead on lap 1 going through 1 and 2 in this race.
Yeah, the number 00, the Damn It Boys Racing number 00 of Justin Pruitt has been out there in chat box, I should say 07, saying the 00 of Michael Whitlock going to take down the victory here tonight. Damn It Boys Racing, those guys both involved in that one, so we're going to see if Michael Whitlock can hold off Caleb Ramsey. And that, I just love saying that name. Damn It Boys Racing, fantastic, fantastic racing team to be a part of, I would think.
Yeah, I've heard some good things floating around the airwaves here. So I mean, I've never raced with them. I can't really say a whole lot, but coming from you guys, if you guys say they're pretty good to be around, I won't doubt your word for it. You know, I mean, I haven't had a chance to doubt you yet, so why start now?
Yeah, definitely two good guys there. Is the 13 of Ramsey trying to get around the number 00 of Whitlock, but Whitlock right now holding on to the top spot here. Coming down the back straightaway here to turn number 3. So it's still Whitlock in the double hot. Steve Redude's running in third there in the 178 machine. And Preston Williams in the 99. He's made a late race charge. He's moved up in the final transfer.
He has, but there's a battle back there between him and RJ Packer that I've been watching for the past couple laps here. And they've been going at it, you know, and Packer's been on the bottom side and Preston's been up top. And the top side's still holding steady. We're going to have a three-way battle here shortly, as it looks like Adam Stevens is going to try to come up into the middle here, and he's trying to fight back from you know, the bird's eye view and trying to get that run off the corner, and he might do it here coming off of turn number 4 as we come on to go here. And it looks like Preston Williams is going to hang on to it for this lap, but it's going to be hard to tell what's going to happen coming off of turn 4 this time around, because they are still fighting for that spot.
Yeah, definitely still fighting for the spot. Race progress up there, probably the most race progress we've had all evening long. Just taking a look at that. But off of turn number 4, picking up the checkered flag here, heat race number 5. It is going to be the 00 Whitlock, Caleb Ramsey for 2. And Dude's going to finish up third. 4th is going to be Preston Williams at the line there. He's going to take home the final transfer. The rest are going to go to Constellation Racing.
Yeah, speaking of Constellation Racing, the C main is on the board right now. You ready to pull that up here? We'll get that grid started out and we'll get it rolling for them.
Yep, the C main going to start rolling away here momentarily here. DWR Sunday Night Shootout. The C main is going to be action-packed. 10 cars will make the call for this one. Starting on the pole, driving the number 11, that's Kyle Moyer. His dates are to the outside, driving the number 53, that's Chadwick Rigby.
And starting in the 3rd position, we just spoke about this gentleman, the Adam Stevens machine, number 146. Starting outside of him in the 4th position is going to be the 35 of Walter Weaver.
Inside row number 3, starting in the 5th starting position, driving the number 221. That's Jeremy Callahan, and his dancing on the outside, driving the double dot 9. That's Joshua Ely.
Inside of row number 4 is going to be the number 51 of Trace Williams. To his outside of row number 4, we will have the number 097 of Mitchell Enos. Like we got a good whopping 10 laps, 10 cars. If you're starting in the back, that's about a car a lap. So going to be some busy beavers in this race. Out there, hopefully they can stay out of that outside guardrail out there. It's not a friendly place to be. Luckily we're in street stocks and not in sprint cars. I have yet to see a street stock climb up there and visit those billboards, so to speak. So I mean, now I have happened to see it at Lakeside Speedway. Not in iRacing, of course, but in real life. It was a sundown, like a showdown salute for street stocks. There was an incident in the corner, turn number 4, sent a street stock up there. I mean, it was like leapfrog for the most part, but sent some 2 cars up into the billboards. They're pretty high up there. So hopefully we can keep out of those here. Green flag is out, Kyle Moyer is out to the point, and we are souping here at the Sunday Night DWD Street Stock League here. Looks like Kyle Moyer to the lead, Chadwick Rigby gonna hold up second. We're 3 wide for second between Rigby, Weaver, and Stevens, and they are 3 wide at the flag stand. Coming into turn number 1, still gonna be 3 wide. We're gonna file out here a little bit down to 2 wide for second right now between Rigby and Walter Weaver.
Yeah, great racing going on. Walter Weaver now down to the bottom side here in the number 35 machine, side-by-side battle with the 53 machine of Chad Rigby in the number 53, but the 35 now going to lockstep himself into that second spot. Going to lock it down here momentarily, but Rigby going to fire back on the outside in the 53 machine. Side-by-side battle through the corner. The 35 gets a tad bit loose. Tail Happy off the corner, getting a loose condition coming down the back straightaway.
Jeremy Callahan sitting in that fourth position right now in that final transfer spot in the number 221, but they are raging like dogs trying to run him down to get there. Steven's one of those drivers. Joshua Ely's still one of those. And I mean, for right now, that fourth spot looks like he's right there, but they are battling hard behind him. 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. I mean, they were side by side off of turn 2 even that time around. We got coming halfway this time around.
As they're only taking 3 out of the main events here, so the C main and the B main, to make their 26 car field. They took 4 out of each heat race, which we did say out there. So three out of the mains will make their 26 car field. Right now that's going to be held by the 53 at Rigby. In the 35 is fighting for his life, Walter Weaver. He is right now in the hot seat in that 3rd spot.
Yeah, most definitely. I'm watching here. Battles are, things are getting pressure is getting a little tense right now. We're 4 laps to go in this one. Coming around this time around before to go, they're getting a little dicey and tempers are getting a little heated here. I mean, it's not, and the tempers I'm seeing aren't even for a transfer spot right now. They're just getting heated in spots that, you're trying to get back to where you want to be, but I feel like the track's getting ready to go down to, I think it's pretty much between the middle and the top, and there's a little bit of a line coming off the center to the bottom of the corner, and they're fighting over that so hard right now. It's hard for them to hang on to it. Most of the field single file for the time being.
Yeah, they're pretty much staying single file. Like you said, middle of the top. Usually that's where the groove goes here in Knoxville. We've seen some great racing over the past year at Knoxville Raceway, especially with the street stock division. These guys have always put out a fantastic show no matter where you go, what league you're at. But DWR has had some really great races at Knoxville. Down the back straightaway, it is the 35 still holding on to that final transfer position. The 009 of Joshua Ely starting to chomp down on him there. He's only going to have 2 more laps to do it, though. See if Ely can get around maybe the 35 as he sits in the hot seat here, trying to make it almost 3 wide through the corner. So Ely's going to try to throw everything at him, including that kitchen sink that he has locked up in the back of his machine. They go down the back straightaway. The 35 now dives back down to the bottom. He's trying to get one position better, trying to get around Rigby. And that number 53 machine not going to be able to do that here as white flag in the air.
Yeah, white flag in the air indeed is, like you said, the 35 of Walter Weaver trying to get under Chadwick Rigby. And I feel his entry is a lot better, but he's not getting the bite. He needs to get off the corner. And that battle for the transfer spot right now between Ely and Enos is up for grabs right now. And it looks like Enos is going to slide in underneath of him, but I don't know if he's going to get that run coming off of 4th that he needs as we come to the line. It's going to be Kyle Moyer taking home the C-Main win, as well as Chadwick Rigby in 2nd, Walter Weaver 3rd. And Joshua Ely's going to end up taking that 4th position.
Yeah, going to take up the 4th position. 1 position out as they only took the top 3 there from the C main. They're going to take the top 3 here from the B main. Those guys getting ready to get locked and loaded here for the B main and their racing action. And it's going to go away like this. Starting on the pole, driving the number 9 machine, that is Chris Mittler. His dancing partner to the outside is going to be the number 25 of Kyle Surratt.
Inside row number 2 is going to be the 6th machine of Ryan Bronson in the 3rd position. Outside row number 2 is going to be the 67 of Sawyer Swiatek.
Next row, starting in the 5th starting position, that's R.J. Packer and Jordan Curry, and the number 40 is starting 6th.
And starting on the inside of row number 4 in the 7th position will be the number 52 of Jason Allen. Starting outside of him in row number 4 is going to be the 76 of Travis Martin.
Rolling off in the 9th starting position, driving the number 83, that's Ryan Oakes, and his dancer brother outside driving in the number 91, that's Tyson Pankow.
And the 11th and final car on this field is going to be the 17 of Chad Bird.
11 cars we called for here this evening. In the B main, we're only going to have 9. So 3 will make the final transfer here for the big A main. 26 cars will field that A main here tonight, Knoxville Raceway here. DWR Sunday Night Shootout has been fantastic racing here all evening long. And these mains have lived up to the build also. So these guys are restacked, repacked. They're ready to go racing off of turn number 4. So we're going to wait for them guys to fire off a 4.
Yeah, this just in coming from the announcer stand down there. The race director. We are taking 4 from the B main to the A feature. Top 4. Something interesting there. Chris Miller is going to bring them through turns 3 and 4 here, following the iRacing official pace truck. Going to get ready to take the green flag here. The iRacing official pace truck is down and away, and we are going to go B main racing here at the Knoxville Speedway with the DWR Dirt Street Stock Series. Chris Miller out to the early lead, going down into turn number 1. Going to be Kyle Surratt the second. iRacing UI says 4. If he's gonna tell him to go home. And Chris Miller under charge. We're almost 4 wide off of turn number 4 for the lead. Chris Miller and Ryan Bronson battling real hard there for that lead, and Ryan Bronson's gonna pull up to the lead. We're gonna be 3 wide for second now as Chris Miller's sliding back. Looks like the 25 of Kyle Surratt had to back out a little bit to keep from wrecking Chris Miller and the 67 of Sawyer Swiatek.
Right now, Ryan Bronson leading here in the number 6 machine. Chris Miller right now in a battle with Sawyer. And then number 67 machine, nice side-by-side battle going on for the second spot. Look at Tyson Pankow. He's on the move there in the number 91 machine. Really letting her eat down on the bottom side there, and he's just throwing it in. 3 wide battle going on for that 3rd spot.
Sawyer Swiatek really put a move on through turns 2 and 3 down the backstretch. We're still battling real hard. There's contact between the 9 machine of Chris Miller and Tyson Pankow for that transfer spot right now. Still going to be 2 wide. Still, contact left and right. I don't know if it's cars or the wall or back and forth left and right. There's some hardcore racing. Robin's racing, and these guys are just putting on a well of a show right now, especially for transfer spot and everything going on right now.
Yeah, definitely is Ryan Bronson looking up in his mirror, and he knows he's got it covered so far. As these guys keep continuing racing as hard as they do, he can just drive off into the sunset here as we have 6 laps remaining here of these 10 lap C main here. So we're going to take they're saying the 3 cars out of there, they're saying 4. So there's a conflict there between the UI and what's going on. So we're not 100% positive what's going on. So, but right now Tyson Pankow in 4th, but Chris Miller now trying to fire back down to the inside. Going to pull a slider there on Pankow. He's going to move back. Oh, more contact made there. Miller down to the bottom side. More contact made with the 67 machine. 91 has nowhere to go. Splits the difference up through the middle. Tyson Pankow now into the 3rd spot in that number 91 machine.
Chris Miller to 4th, but that's not going to stop Sawyer Swiatek from trying to get back into the mixes. Right now, Miller's going to try to slide back into 3rd, but the small slide job, not serving up a full slider come through 3 and 4, but he's going to come across the line. 91 machine beat him to the line, but the 9 machine of Chris Miller throwing a slider again, middle of 1 and 2, and it looks like the 91 of Tyson Pankow is going to drive back to the bottom. They're going to bump a little bit, they're going to rub, but they're going to keep it straight, and they're going into turn number 3 right now, and Tyson Pankow going to pull to the point. The 67 of Sawyer Swiatek is going to drive and pull a slider on Chris Miller. Not quite a clean one, but they're just rubbing and racing here for that transfer spot. It looks like we have 2 to go this time by.
2 laps remaining for Ryan Bronson aboard the number 6 machine. Kyle Surratt, and great battle going on for that 3rd and final transfer position. Number 91 of Tyson Pankow now has it. The 67 of Sawyer Swiatek trying to dive down to the bottom side here as we're going to get popsicle sticks in the air here this time by. So 2 more trips around the speedway here for the number 6 of Ryan Bronson. But the battle is for that final transfer position. We're going to not go away from that one. There's a great battle going on between Sawyer Swiatek and Tyson Pankow now. And again, they're starting to catch and reel in the number 25 machine of Surratt. So we'll see what happens. Is Pankow now going to be able to dive down to the bottom? Is he going to have enough of a run here in about a lap?
We're going to see what he's got here. Ryan Bronson, like you said, out to the lead right now. Looks like he's got about a 1.2 second lead over the field. Kyle Surratt in 2nd. Tyson Pankow is in 3rd. And Sawyer Swiatek right now is trying to fight in for that transfer spot with the 91 machine. But right now, I think there's about almost a full second difference there as he messed up his exit coming off of turn number 2. But coming off of turn number 4 here, looks like we got Ryan Bronson going to come to the line. Looks like he's going to be the first one to beat everybody down there. And 2nd will be Kyle Surratt, Tyson Pankow in 3rd, and Sawyer Swiatek going to be in 4th. So depending on what happens there, Sawyer Swiatek may be on the outside looking in on this A main tonight.
Definitely a fantastic race. We've gone through 5 heat races, 5 big heat races. We've gone through the 2 C main and the B main. So we've gone through the final constellation. Now we're getting ready to lock and load here for the starting grid here for the feature event here. DWR Sunday Night Shootout. And it's going to be 60 laps. And it's going to go away like this.
Starting on the pole, in the first place will be the 117 of Derek Dubry. Starting second will be Greg Turberville.
Starting inside row number 2, in the number 73 machine, that's Stephen Moore. His hands aboard the outside, driving the number 12. That's Electric Eric. That's Eric Eichstead aboard the number 12 again.
Starting in the 5th position is going to be the number 00 of Michael Whitlock. Starting outside of him in the 6th place will be the number 61 of Josh Peacock.
Inside row number 4, starting at 7th starting position, driving the number 1 machine, that's Alex Brewer. And outside of him, that's the evil one, that's the number 21, that's Jim Revis.
Starting inside row number 5 will be the number 10 of Jason Salter. Starting outside of him will be the number 13 of Caleb Ramsey in the number 10 position.
Rolling off in the 11th starting position, driving the number 8, that's Austin Miners. Outside of him, the 010, that's Casey Brunson.
Starting 13th will be Justin Pruitt in the 07 machine. Starting 14th will be the 073 of Steve Robbins.
Rolling off in the 15th starting position, that's Steve Reduce aboard the 178 machine. And Terry Joyner going to roll off in 16th, that's the 711.
Rolling off in the number 17 starting position will be the 319 of David Brewer. Outside of him will be the 124 of Brett Rolls, starting 18th.
Rolling off 19th, driving the number 16 machine, David Blackburn. And Preston Williams aboard the number 99 is going to roll off 20th.
Starting 21st in the number 11 machine will be Kyle Moyer. Outside of him in the 22nd position will be the number 6 of Ryan Bronson.
Rolling off in the 23rd position, driving the 53, that's Chadwick Rigby. And outside of him is Kyle Surratt aboard the number 25 machine.
Starting 25th will be Walter Weaver in the number 35 machine. And outside of him will be the 91 of Tyson Pankow.
That's your starting lineup here. Going to be 60 laps. Will be the main event distance here at Knoxville Raceway. We know you got a favorite out there. Who's it going to be here tonight? Who are you cheering for out there in YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch? iRacing.com, pace car down the pit road. Green flag is in the air. We're racing, and look at Derek Dubry with one whale of a start. Flash bulbs going off down the start-finish line.
Yeah, Derek Dubry jumping out there. He was taking off, and he is on a rail already. He is trying to get out there, take the lead. Wants to get out there away from everybody, get that clean air. Wants to stay out there. If he makes a mistake, he wants to have that. I mean, 60 laps is a long time to keep your, to keep your diligence and stay on point for this kind of racing. Especially cars getting crossed up down the front stretch, just like the 12 of Eric Eichstadt, and he's going to regather it back up. We're going to stay green. They're like 4 and 5 wide back there where he messed up. I think he might have spun out just a little bit there and got on the berm and might have lost it there through 3 or 1 or 2 there.
A lot of contact back there. We see the gaggle of cars, a mess over there, but everybody able to keep it going. We're still clean and green here on lap number 3 of 60. Debris right now holding on to the top spot. Second is the number 73 machine of Stephen Moore. Tuberville right now holding on to third. Fourth is the number 10 of racing Jason Salter. He's under heavy pressure from the one of Alex Brewer. Michael Whitlock in the double knot machine. Great battle going on between him and the number 61 of Peacock. And I tell you what, fantastic racing going on throughout the whole field. Boston Miners now even making up some wind here. And that number 8 machine, he's already up to 8th.
Yeah, they got a battle there. You said Austin Miners up to 8th. He's working on trying to go up to 7th here, possibly 6th if he can get around the 00 machine. Trying to get up there into that position and see if he can take that away, as well as he's trying to battle the bottom side off of turn number 4. As we saw earlier in the heat races and the consies, it didn't look like it was going to work, but with the top side being ran down and ran as hard as it has been, that line may come around for him here throughout this feature race, especially seeing how we're only on lap 5 of 60. So 55 laps to go here in this race at Knoxville Raceway.
They're definitely going to see some different kind of racing towards the end of this event here. As these guys, the group is going to change. Things are going to slicken off. And some of these guys have a really big long-range setup. And I'll tell you, the guy that has a long-range setup to keep your eye on is that 21 of Jim Revis. Revis has always had a long-range setup here at Knoxville. Some of the other guys I know that work along with him, work alongside of him, have some good long-run setups. A guy that's not with us here tonight, E.J. Jones in the number 84 machine, who won Wednesday night, had another great race there with a long-range setup. But don't count on a lot of these drivers, as you'll start seeing them here come to the front on probably lap 30-35.
Yeah, as this race progresses on, these tracks have started to change and be more dynamic. Everybody's kind of single filed out a little bit right now, just trying to fill the track out, get the groove we're in to where they can start actually making passes again. Right now, we're gonna have a wreck here coming off turn number 4. We got 3 or 4 cars together down there. Not sure if we get a caution for it, but got one car around there. Looks like Revis was part of that. Chadwick Rigby may have been one of them. And it looks like we're gonna stay green. I mean, it was not clean, but it was. There's the caution. Caution finally coming out for that incident. Eric Eichstadt's gonna throw a caution for race director there to fix that. That definitely was more than needed from race control there.
Yeah, definitely a big wreck ensuing over there. Not sure why the original flagger didn't throw a yellow flag. Is maybe one too many beverages up there in the tower, wasn't paying attention, or maybe just seeing somebody he's seen in the stands for a long time. We don't know. We're not going to call the flagger any bad names or anything, but yellow flag is indeed under way here at Knoxville. So we're going to go back and show you guys in real time what happened to the 21 of Revis, the 61 of Peacock, the 13 of Ramsey, all involved in that one.
Yep, the looks like from what I got here, looks like the 00 got a little loose there on entry. Might have checked up to keep from running into the 8 machine of Miners, and when he did, the 61 machine had nowhere to go and ended up getting into him a little bit, and it just ensued with the 71 there getting into him as well, and just kind of caused a pileup. And Caleb Ramsey getting involved, and like you said, Revis also getting involved in that as well. So just one of those situations where something happened and you check up and people behind you might not have seen it yet, and unfortunately got involved as well.
Definitely not the fault of anybody, really. It's just one of those hard racing deals. And to say out there, Brett, the yellow flags are run and controlled by iRacing itself, and sometimes when you're off the surface enough, the yellow flag does not fly. It's kind of quirky, but sometimes it just does not work when you're off that racing surface. Not to follow the broadcast or anything like that. It's just iRacing itself having a little bit of a glitch there for the flagger, and unfortunately that's what caused that stack up, and they had to throw a yellow flag from admin control.
Yeah, occasionally happens with iRacing. You get into something you're not exactly not exactly on the racing surface because the situation brought you off of. But we're going to get a green flag racing here, getting off turn number 4.
Yeah, and we're back to green flag racing. The 117 of Derek Debris with the lead and the advantage once again. The 73 now under fire from the number 20 of Tuberville. Tuberville down to the bottom side there momentarily. Could not get a run on the 73 machine, but he's going to try to go down to the bottom and try to make a move here on Derek Debris. Not going to be had. Here's the number 10 of racing, Jason Salter, to the top shelf here. We get around Tuberville. Nice side-by-side battle for third.
Yeah, side-by-side battle for third as well. Like you said there, for fourth as well, even behind them. Third, fourth, fifth, sixth, all side-by-side. We got another big mess going into turn number 1. Turn number 1 going down there. Probably have a caution for that here shortly. If they don't throw it, it's going to come out. That one's definitely going to have to happen. If they don't, I will be surprised.
Doesn't look like a yellow flag going to fly here this time. There goes the yellow flag. As racing was starting to heat up there between Debris and Moore. Yellow flag going to fly once again. We'll go to work and find out what happened to bring out this most recent yellow flag once again. Well, looking at the tail end of the field here, and man, it's just a whole gaggle of cars, a cluster. There's a little bit of contact between the 99 machine. It looked like the 710 machine, 210 machine. It's some 10 machine out there. Maybe I'm completely wrong, but a little bit of contact there. 99, and it looks like the 319 machine. The contact originally started with those guys, and it just stacked up the whole field. The 21 of Revis, the 91 of Pankow involved in that. Eric Eichstead, the 53 machine also involved. The Chadwick Rigby. So a lot of cars involved in that one. A nice parking lot over there in the turn.
Yeah, somebody put in a Walmart. Somebody yelled free beer at the pit shack. It definitely distracted a lot of drivers on that one for sure. But hopefully it didn't damage those cars too bad. And some of those guys that are more than capable of being up front can work their way back to the field. Still got well over 44 laps left in this race. So hopefully they'll be able to. I mean, they got the time. It's just a matter of how damaged those machines really are and how off their camber and their caster and the toe settings in the front of these machines are. I mean, it could be, on the contact, it could be enough to throw you for a loop and send your car out of whack for the rest of this race here.
Definitely, and look at the race progress. Everybody out there that's interested in the race progress, up 6 positions. The number 10 of racing Jason Salter, but he isn't the biggest mover. The 124 has 8 positions. 11 has 8 positions. The 6 has 8 positions. I mean, it's interesting to see who the biggest movers are here as of right now, and it's a fantastic widget that we have here for the race progress. The 117 is about ready to go back to green flag racing as they're entering turn 3.
Yeah, I was looking here. One of the co-anchors here for Full Velocity told me that the flagger is drunk because it's St. Patty's Day. So I won't second that. So we're gonna go green flag racing off of turn number 4. Get back to the point with Derek Debris going into turn number 1. Stephen Moore gonna hold on to that 2nd spot right now. Jason Salter is gonna hold on to that 3rd spot for the time being. We're gonna race hard for those positions coming off of turn number 2 as we get back under green flag racing.
Yeah, back under the green flag racing. Look at racing Jason Salter diving down to the bottom, and you see his beautiful picture up there on the screen. Salter now down to the bottom here, trying to fight with the number 73 of Stephen Moore there. But that's for a battle for the 2nd spot. Moore trying to battle there with Derek Debris. But here comes the number 10 of Salter rolling the bottom side, trying to make something work. But Tuberville going to fire back on the outside. The position that he lost is a position he's going to gain here on the top side here momentarily. Number 10 still fighting back there, but it's tough to run down to the bottom. Looks like it's slicked off. Here comes the 1 machine, splitting the difference up through the middle. That's Alex Brewer. Man, Brewer trying to drive it right up through the middle. Man, that was almost not even enough to fit that whole car in there, but he was managing to try to make a move there in that number 1 machine.
Yeah, number 1 machine trying to be a hot dog in the middle of the bun there. We got a battle for the lead as well, and it looks like Stephen Moore may be working his way to the outside of Derek Debris, and it may come to his liking here. As it looks like he's going to take the lead away at the flag stand, but we're going to be side by side coming into 1, and it looks like Derek Debris is going to throw the slider and hang on to the lead, and we're just going to have a battle for the 4th spot between the 10 machine of Jason Salter and the 1 of Alex Brewer, but Alex Brewer is on the top side, and he's going to try and split the difference again. Caution is going to come out one more time on lap 21.
And the 73 is Stephen Moore going to be able to hold on to the top spot as that yellow flag flies here. Going to go back to work to see what happened. This one, I'm almost willing to bet it was the number 13 of Caleb Ramsey involved in this one. We're going to go back and see what happened here. Now we're just looking here as Ramsey did fall through the field here rather quickly. He comes down through the corner. Maybe something happened indeed in front of him. We're going to just follow right around here with the number 13 machine. And Revis House will having some bad luck here tonight. So those cars have been involved in just about everything that Knoxville has been able to throw at them here tonight. So we know the 13 of Ramsey was down there on pit road. 0-0 Whitlock down to the bottom here.
I'm not exactly sure what happened there.
I don't see any spinning cars out there. Ramsey hits the wall there. Makes a little bit of contact, but I'm not sure what happened to bring out this yellow flag. I don't see any cars out there.
Trying to piece together something. I saw something that caught my attention, but it's not 100%.
A little bit of a question there for these guys. Is not sure what brought out this yellow flag. Is maybe a little bit of contact there towards the back. A little bit sideways sometimes brings out the yellow flag again. Quirkiness of iRacing. You can be sideways on the track and the yellow flag can come out and you can bring it right back. I've seen guys completely sideways, yellow flag comes out. I've seen guys completely sideways and they're either gather back up, no yellow flag.
I want to say that caution was probably for the 00 Michael Whitlock, as he was sideways through turns 1 and 2 on lap 21 just prior to that caution coming out, and he actually went to the apron. So I'm going to say that he might have called for an admin caution from Justin Pruitt. But Pruitt was also given an EOL, so I don't know. That could be a little dicey of a call on my part for, maybe something we didn't see. He did something and felt he needed to go to the back.
And maybe he did do something, didn't get to the back, and maybe that's why the yellow flag did indeed come out. We're back to green flag racing. And look at this. These guys fan out 3 and 4 wide here through the middle of the pack. And fantastic racing going on for these guys. A 3 wide racing going on for the 3rd spot. Racing Jason Salter wants it. Here comes Tuberville in the number 8 of Austin Miners. Miners has made some moves here at that number 8 machine as he started in the 11th starting position. So Miners works his way up through the field. Now splitting the difference, trying to go up through as he makes a little bit of contact there. But Salter backs out of it, some more contact there as he goes back down to the bottom side. But they're able to hold it straight here, gather it back up. Great racing going on through. Meanwhile, up front, it is Derek Debris down to the bottom side. He's battling back for the lead.
Yeah, they got a good battle going for the lead up there. There's a lot of battling throughout the field. Like you said, right now, it looks like we're going to have Stephen Moore still going to pull top side there, coming off turn 4 for the lead. 3 wide still back here for like 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, and 16th position. And I tell you what, they're battling real hard right now. Looks like 67 machine into the wall a little bit back there. 61 of Josh Peacock got into the wall in turns 1 and 2. And I mean, rubbing and racing is one thing, but when you're up there and you're running that high side against the cushion where Josh is at right now, you got to stay off the wall because it's going to slow you down. It's like running into a rubber tire if it were to be mounted up there. I mean, I get some of the tracks you go to wall riding can be a little faster, but it's not going to get you around the track or catch up to anybody. We got a mess going into turn number 3. The 8 machine of Austin Miner got into it with looks like maybe the number 20 machine of Greg Turberville and turned him around. A couple of cars back to the pack got into him, so that's going to bring a caution out on lap 28.
We're going to go ahead and find out what happened here. The number 8 of Austin Miner was having some pretty good racing going on there, and I think Tuberville and him and Mandy he's upside down. So we're going to get some good footage here. We're going to go down through and just watch what happens to Tuberville aboard that number 20 machine as he makes a little bit of contact, slides up in front, gets a wee bit loose as Miner's made more contact. Miner's hard into the outside wall. And I tell you what, upside down for the number 8 of Miners, and lots of cars piling in afterwards. Is he going to be a turtle? Nope, not going to be able to do the turtle. He's about a quarter. So we got a leaner here tonight on Full Velocity TV.
That puts the Full Velocity TV flip count to 1 for the night. We tried to keep it down, and we mentioned it earlier, but unfortunately Austin Miner is going to be the victim and fall culprit to my statement earlier tonight.
Like I said, though, definitely turtle. The highest turtle count we've had here on Full Velocity TV was 4, and that was DSO, Dirt Slinging Outlaws. So you never want to get to that, the turtle count. I think flip count highest has been a 4 here, too. And I can't remember what league had 4 flips in one night, but this is only 1, so hopefully it stays true to just 1. That's the type of records you don't want to have.
No, but if you're going to have one and you want it to be something that's going to be memorable, that'll be one that you'll have for sure. And not something that you want as a driver, not something that you want as, when going out to a league or a team or anything like that. But when you're sitting up here in the booth and talking about it, some people are like, you went for that ride, and you will be remembered for that ride.
Yeah, definitely. And Phil out there saying that they had 2 turtles at Stars on Dirt here tonight. So rather interesting to see that is right now. So they're doing it better than Stars on Dirt here for Turtles. They had 6 big features. We have 1 big feature here and 5 big heat races, 2 consolations. Green flag back in the air here. We're on lap 32 of 60, so just past halfway. The number 73 of Stephen Moore right now leading the charge. Derek Debris running in second, but starting to fade away for that 117 machine. Here comes racing Jason Salter and the 1 of Alex Brewer. They're going to battle for that second spot.
Yeah, fighting for 5th and 6th right now. Terry Joyner and David Blackbird. Brett Rolls in the 7th position, trying to battle his way forward as well. It looks like he's trying to move into the 6th spot here. Very briefly, is there 3, almost 4 wide for that position? Is now we got a 3 wide battle for second between the 17 machine of the 7? The 7? 17? No, the 117 of Derek Debris, Alex Brewer, and Jason Salter there. But that's going to dwindle down, and that's going to put Alex Brewer was almost at the point there, but Debris fought back on the outside as your leader starting to have a little technical difficulty coming through 1 and 2. It looked like he was going to fade out there for a second, but he solid back out, and he's still going to be let out here. It almost looks like a Delaware double file restart with a big gap in the middle.
Yeah, definitely right now that's the way it looks. Is the number 10 of Salter was down on the bottom there too. With the 1 of Brewer, he had to back out of it there, and it cost him a couple of positions. Now Joyner down to the bottom side. Good battle going on for 4th, but Brewer heating it up there for that 2nd spot, trying to get around the 117 of Derek Debris. Debris right now holding on to 2nd, but I tell you what, I don't think it's going to be for long, as they are highly contested right there directly behind them. The 10 of Racing Jason, you got Joyner, you got the 1 of Alex Brewer. Look at Ryan Bronson, he's come up through the field, and the number 6 machine, you can't count out either Eric Eichstedt, he's back up through the field.
Yeah, those guys, like I said, the incidents may happen early, and if you keep your nose clean, fight your way back to the field, you can still get back to the front. We still got quite a good bit of racing left to go, 25 to go. So even at this point, if something were to happen, you can still fight your way back to the field. With Knoxville Raceway being as wide as it is, there's not a whole lot of reaction time as much as you'd think when stuff happens in front of you to try to get out of the gas or try to get situated around, because there's a lot of cars out here, and even with these, I mean, they're just long enough and wide enough to get into a situation, a battle with somebody, that gap will close in about 2 seconds if something were to happen in front of you, because everybody starts slicing and dicing and trying to figure out where they're going to go and what they're going to do and who's going to go where and how it's going to pan out in the situation when stuff happens. So, and I mean, right now, Stephen Moore is in the place that you want to be, and he is stretching that lead out. And, you know, if anybody, you know, like I said, cautions breed cautions, but I tell you what, right now, the amount of guys that are in this and the quality and the way that these guys race, there isn't any better place that you want to be in a street stock race than DWR, especially tonight.
Definitely DWR, probably the top-notch, I'm going to say the top-notch street stock league, especially for open setups here in the iRacing simulation. I do believe I'd like to see some of these guys, some of these top-notch late model drivers even come down and try their hand to try to drive some of these street stocks against what I think is the best competition here. I think it really equalizes those guys out. You can drive a late model, but the street stocks, we've seen it here live with the Gobbler here on Full Velocity TV is where that all happened, and you were able to see some of those guys be able to compete, but the street stock guys kind of rose to the top. Yellow flag going to fly once again, but man, great street stock racing here. Do not take that away from DWR. Is the yellow flag going to come out here once again, and it's going to slow us back down here on lap 40 is 60.
Yeah, it looks like the 35 machine there, he ended up getting a little bit loose. That's Walter Weaver in the 35. Got in a slick spot coming into turn number 1 there, and he cut down the track across Jim Revis's nose, and then the 61 machine of Josh Peacock was on the brakes and the binders, nowhere to go, ran into the back of him, and then that allowed the 99 of Preston Williams to get into the back of the 61 and turn him around as well. So that's going to bring us a caution here on.
That definitely all started, like you said, with those two cars making contact there and watching them go around, and unfortunately the 99 did not stop and got into the back of the machine right into Revis and Josh Peacock, spinning Josh Peacock around. So that's a tough break for Peacock again. But Revis, we've heard that name an awful lot involved in yellow flags here tonight, as Jim, I think, has been involved. Poor Jim, been involved in probably almost all of them here tonight.
Yeah, pretty much say minus probably 1 or 2. He's been, he's just been a rough, tough luck night for night number 1 out here for this new season for them. So definitely not a way you want to start out, but everybody's got those nights. So eventually, hopefully it'll pan out in somebody else's hands next time around. Especially seeing how it's been pretty rough for him. So we'll just keep an eye on him, see if he can't do anything within the next 19 laps here that we got left in this main event here.
Definitely got 19 laps remaining here. iRacing.com. Lights are extinguished atop that truck as he's getting ready to pull down to pit road. And again, it's going to be Stephen Moore and Debris, Joyner, Salter, Blackburn, Brewer, Bronson, Eichstead, Rolls, Brunson. That's your top 10. Green flags back in the air. And we're racing down the front straightaway, and it's the 73 automatically going to the top shelf for the Speedway. That's Stephen Moore trying to take over the top spot, trying to get to his run. Look at Joyner down to the bottom side by side for second.
Joyner trying to hold on to that second spot as he comes down into turn number 3, and he's going to run the bottom side through the slick spot coming up to the middle of the track. He's got the 711 there trying to dial that 117 around, and the 117 is going to hold on to second. Third is going to fall back to the 711, and fourth is going to go to Jason Salter for the time being, and Rolls is trying to work the bottom back there as well for, looks like, the 7th or 8th position.
Starting to see him stack up just a little bit through the back portion of the Speedway. Oh, Debris makes contact with the wall. Again, Salter making some contact there in the number 10 machine. Debris, man, hard contact with the outside wall. And now they're stacking them up back through the back there. It looks like we may have another roll there. I'm not 100% positive. It's still clean and green. Yep, now finally yellow flag going to fly. Man, some more contact being made. Nuts here. It's a 16. He saves it. Wow.
Yeah, most definitely there with cutting this down now. 16 laps to go. Tempers are starting to get a little treacherous here. We're having some moments here where people are doing a lot more taking than what they're wanting to do to give. So I mean, it's something that's going to happen when you got this many cars, so many laps left to go, and people are starting to get a little testy as far as, you know, time that they have left to make their moves. I really don't expect to see it where we saw it happen at. I mean, you know, a guy made a mistake, jumped the cushion, got on the outside wall a little bit, but seems like he was doing okay. Got everything handled back under control, and then we just had that chain link effect and back to the field, and everything stacked up behind him as people were trying to get on the binders. We almost stayed green there for quite a bit there.
And just looking at the hard contact from the 073 machine of Steve Robinson, man, what hard contact off the front bumper of the 11 of Kyle Moyer in the 11 machine, and up in front of Michael Whitlock in the 20 of Greg Tuberville around. Also another innocent bystander, and again involved in quite a few wrecks here this evening. So tough break for those drivers.
Yeah, definitely. Going back and watching that, it's just watching everything unfold. It is just amazing how fast things change in these cars, especially at this big Knoxville Raceway. Not really a big track, but when you get out there and get turning laps and you get on the straightaway and realize how long it's taking you to get around here, it's fairly big for a street stock. But, you know, the street stocks are big-bodied cars, and, you know, you get out there in them, and like I said, they take up a lot of space in a hurry.
Yeah, definitely. iRacing.com. Pace truck lights are going to be extinguished atop that as they're through turns 1 and 2. Again, your top 10 as they're running right now, it's Moore, Stephen Moore in the 73. The 10 of racing Jason Salter, Terry Joyner, Ryan Bronson is 4th. 5th is Alex Brewer, Derek Dupree is 6th. 7th is David Blackburn, Eric Eichstead is 8th. 9th is Casey Brunson, and Brett Rolls in the 124 machine has rolled his way all the way up to that 10th spot. iRacing.com pace truck back down. Green flag's going to come back out with 12 laps remaining here down the front straightaway. It is the 73 trying to let it dig down onto the bottom side. Salter goes immediately to the top shelf of the speedway. 73 just way up the track. So is the 711. Contact, more contact being made, and oh man, short track racing at Spice. Look at Ryan Bronson, 4 wide through the corner there momentarily. Bronson now up the track in the number 6 machine. Salter had to make an evasive maneuver to try and get back down to the bottom. He's battling it out with Joyner.
Yeah, Bronson and Brewer are still making contact as they're going through turn number 1 here. They're 3 wide for 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, and 13th. They were all 3 wide. Looks like we're still almost 4 wide. Brett Rolls had to lift a little bit as he almost got in contact with the number 16 machine. Coming to the corner, let's see here. That would be the David Blackberg machine. And we're going to have a battle for the lead here shortly because it looks like racing Jason Salter is going to go to the inside of Stephen Moore. And he might have something for him off for the 3 wide for 3rd, 4th, and 5th as well behind them. And I tell you what, it looked like the 711 machine Joyner had a heck of a run. He's going to go from pretty much 5th to almost 2nd coming off of turn number 4 here. But we're going to see if we can get the run on the high side with Stephen Moore.
Salter going to take over the top spot there from the 711 machine of Joyner and the 73 machine. So great racing going on between those guys. As now the number 711 of Joyner back down to the bottom side, 3 wide racing for the 3rd spot. The number 117 of Debris way down on the bottom side, letting it eat, but 3 wide here. The top 2 rows, 3 wide. Fantastic racing going on here with 9 laps to go, almost 8 laps to go here. DWR Sunday Night Shootout showing us why they're the best street stock league in the business.
Yeah, they're definitely doing that in general. Like, I mean, in a big way, I should say. But, I mean, it's just back and forth hard racing. I mean, it's not beating and banging. It is just rubbing and racing. And they got a car in the wall, and he's going to hang on to it there. That was back about mid-pack, but we still got a battle for the lead here. Almost 3 wide racing between racing Jason Salter, Terry Joyner, and Derek Debris. 3 wide up there, and hanging out right now is actually the 073 of Stephen Moore, and he's going to fight back. We're 2 wide for the 1st and 2nd rows here. Coming to turns 3 and 4, and we're going to have the leader is slightly disappearing there on us. And I mean, that's not going to be good when you're 3 wide for the lead. And they are still 3 wide at the flag stand, and that time by it looks like Jason Salter was your leader. Terry Joyner was going to hold up on 2nd, and Derek Debris on 3rd. Eric Eichstedt's going to be your 4th place car, and he's come back from a good battle as well. As they are still 3 wide through the corner. Down the backstretch, Jason Salter still your leader. And that time out of the corner is Derek Debris was going to be 2nd, Terry Joyner 3rd, but it looks like coming off of turn number 4, if he can hang on to it, Derek Debris is going to get back to the point, but it looks like Jason Salter beat him back, and that put Derek Debris in 2nd for that time around.
Indeed, it's Derek Debris right now running in that 2nd spot. Jason Salter gets a whale of a run coming off the corner at top shelf. has indeed got some forward bite that he needs in the grip that he needs in that number 10 machine. Debris down on the bottom side. Again, that's pretty used up down there, but he's making it work, and he's surprising us here as it looks like these lines may be equaling it out themselves out here finally. As we have 4 laps remaining. Joyner still involved in this. The 12 of Eric Eichstead. Don't count out the 73 machine of Moore. Those guys doing a fantastic job here tonight. Salter just not going away, though, on the top shelf. For the 117 of Derek Debris, now back down to the bottom side. I thought he was fading, but he's making it work down on the bottom.
To the line, this time by 3 to go for your leader, Derek Debris, and he is spaced out a little bit from the field. Looks like the top side's starting to fade a little bit, but I mean, that cushion is wore down so much that they're having to slow down to keep from getting to the wall. But I tell you what, that top side this time by racing Jason Salter to the lead, coming down the backstretch, going to turn number 3, but that bottom side has been working for Derek Debris off of turn number 4. I haven't seen him slide up yet, but I'm curious if he's just holding down on the bottom to keep from getting into it. 2 to go this time by for your leader, Derek Debris.
Yeah, popsicle sticks up in the air for Derek Debris in the number 117 machine. He's been making mistakes down on the apron portion of the track. And when he makes that mistake, it allows the number 10 racing Jason to get one whale of a run on the top shelf of the speedway. Debris now back down to the bottom. He's going to try to secure the bottom, try to hold on to that top spot as they're going to get a white flag off of turn number 4. Can Salter do anything here in the closing lap? Salter now dives it down to the bottom side.
Salter trying to do it on the bottom, coming through 1 and 2, and he's not going to close anything. It looked like Debris pulled his lead out a little bit coming down the backstretch off of turn number 2. Debris, Salter trying one big slide, move through 3 and 4 because of the fact that Salter ran really hard in there, and Debris ran down on the bottom. He wasn't able to do a slider, so Debris is going to end up coming home with your race win. So Derek Debris, your race winner. Jason Salter second. Terry Joyner in third. Eric Eichstedt will come home fourth, and Stephen Moore will round out the top 5.
And Derek Debris going to take down the big victory here in the 117 machine. Jason Salter, Terry Joyner, like you said, Eric Eichstedt, Stephen Moore, Alex Brewer, Ryan Bronson, Casey Brunson, the 124, Brett Rose, Kyle Surratt, Justin Pruitt, Caleb Ramsey, Chad Rigby, Josh Peacock, Tyson Pankow, David Brewer, Kyle Moyer, Michael Whitlock, Greg Tuberville, Preston Williams, Jim Revis, Steve Robbins, David Blackburn, Steve Dudes. You got the Austin Miners in the number 8, Walter Weaver, Sawyer Swatek, and Joshua Ely. Those guys both out here early in the going. Fantastic race here tonight in Knoxville. Sunday night shootout, 3 and 4 wide racing. These guys put on one whale of a show. I don't care what the yellow flags were here tonight. They had maybe 4 or a handful of yellow flags, but the racing was fantastic here and top notch like always.
Yeah, and how about this? Ryan Bronson, the number 6 machine, your hard charger from the night, up to 7th from 22nd. What a race for him. I mean, that's outstanding. Coming from 22nd to 7th, that's 15 spots, and yeah, that's outstanding. Especially, down through here, I always look to see who's the up and coming drivers, who starts where and where they end up at the end of the night. Sometimes it's caution fest. Sometimes you just keep your nose clean and battle it out. But definitely not the case here tonight. We were far and few between in cautions, but definitely had to race his way through it to get to where he was tonight. So congrats to Ryan Johnson on the hard charger for the evening.
All as we get ready to make our way over to Discord here to make sure that we interview the top 3 here of the evening. I'm going to give a shout out to Evil One Graphics and Jim Revis and those guys, and show you why the Evil One Graphics is one of the top here wrap painters in the iRacing community.
Don't say I didn't warn you. I know things no one knows.
Evil One Graphics specializes in iRacing wraps, promo ads, and banners for all your sim racing needs. From a new custom look on the track to a new look for your site, E1G is your place. Want to promote a special event or series for your league? E1G can make that custom promo ad you're looking for. With attention to high detail, great service, and reasonable prices, E1G is here to serve you. Evil One Graphics, they're not only good, they're evil.
And I'm standing down here next to the pit here, the 7-Eleven machine of Terry Jr. Man, you had a well of a race. You guys were out there, I mean, not really beating and banging doors, but you guys were trading paint. And I mean, you guys 3 wide, 2 wide, 1 wide, 4 wide. Sometimes I didn't know what you guys were up to. It was just a great race all around. Why don't you take us back through and tell us from your view how that race went for you? I mean, definitely different from what we see in the announcer booth.
Man, I just held on, man. That's all I could do. I seen them right behind me, so all three of us had no choice. We just had to mat it and go.
Heck yeah, I mean, you guys are out there you guys put on a well of a show. You know, coming home in third tonight, definitely something to be proud of. The quality of drivers you guys get here, the competition and everything over here with DWR. Definitely something that you come out here. How long did you put in? Like, what made you make changes to your car tonight that you made to get you where you were? Heck yeah, I mean, you guys are out there.
Thank my team, buddy. Janelle, Josh Peacock, Stephen Moore. My team. I wasn't done it for my team, buddy.
Yeah, definitely. Got a good group of guys behind you there. Hand you the microphone here. You can thank whoever you want to thank tonight, and definitely congratulations on your third place finish.
Appreciate it, buddy.
As we get ready to lock and load, we're going to let Rage and Ron get down here to the second place finisher tonight, who's going to finish up second. Driver the number 10. I believe Ron has finally ran down the track here to catch up with the number 10 of Racing Jason Salter.
You got Racing Jason Salter down here, the second place finisher in tonight's race here at the DWR Street Stocks with at Knoxville Raceway here. Jason, give us a rundown of how you did, or how you made your run tonight up to the second position here at DWR.
Well, man, we started off early on in the race. There was a big wreck right in front of me, and I made it through a hole that I can't believe I even got through. And I knew the car wasn't really going to be worth anything midway to the race. It normally comes in like towards the end when it starts really slicking off. And man, I kind of went a conservative on the gear, thinking I could go high or low if I needed to make some passes or anything. But somehow it come down to the last 10 laps after that restart. Raced 3 wide with Derek and Terry. Man, that was freaking nuts. I know we had a gaggle of cars stuck there behind us, and man, that was amazing.
Yeah, that 3 wide for the lead, definitely something exciting to see, especially here. Knoxville is definitely a great track for it. Not a whole lot of space out there, but enough you can run 3 wide pretty comfortably, and it starts getting slick a little bit there. That kind of made me wonder how that was going to go with you guys trying to run 3 wide, but you guys made a good show out of it for sure. And
my hat's off to iRacing, man. They really did some work on these track surfaces, and it made it super racy. I mean, for a while I was worried that it was going to be topside, like it used to be, but man, that was great. I mean, just being able to run 3 wide like that and everybody staying together was great.
Yeah, it definitely was. I'm going to hand you the microphone here. Let you thank you all you want to thank tonight, and congratulations on your second place run tonight from 9th position starting.
Thank you, sir. First of all, I'd like to thank all the guys for coming out and racing with us. I know we had a big group of guys come out and race, and I'd like to thank Trash Panda Graphics putting an excellent wrap in the car. Thank Full Velocity TV for all their amazing broadcasts as usual. Congratulations to Derek on his first DWR win. He earned that one, man. Run down there in the bottom. And I think that's it, man.
Alrighty, congratulations on your second place finish, and I'll let you get back down there and celebrate with Derek and them. Let y'all have your pit party, and we'll be down to join you here in a little bit.
Thanks, sir.
All right, definitely Racing Jason Salter bringing home the second spot here tonight. I'm going to make my way down here to Victory Lane with Derek Dupree aboard the number 117 machine tonight, picking up his first DWR win, according to Racing Jason. I tell you what, that was earned every inch of that racetrack here tonight, Derek. Fantastic show here tonight. You guys were putting on a whale of a show up front, 3 and 4 wide racing. You're able to pull sliders here tonight. Tell us about that race, man. What a way to win your first DWR show.
Oh, man, well, thanks to you guys for making it a little more exciting, too. I feel kind of bad around lap 40 when I got into the wall and bunched up the field. I mean, I'm sure one of them cautions was my fault there, but it was pretty exciting either way.
Definitely an exciting race. Even though you hit that wall, you were able to bring it back there. Not a lot of damage to the car, but you were able to be resilient enough to bring it back here tonight, Derek. Come drive back through the field and take that lead and wrestle it back from guys like Jason Salter, Joyner up there. Eric Ike said, I mean, this is a stellar crowd. 41 cars tonight, and you're taking home the victory. You're taking home the trophy here at Knoxville. You got to be proud of that, man.
Yeah, and I want to thank Eric Eichstead for his setup, and it's actually kind of an old setup, but I made a major change to the right front, and it worked. So I don't know. Sometimes you just got to gamble, and it paid off. But I'm still catching my breath here myself, so it was a tough race.
It definitely paid off for you here tonight, Derek. Able to take down the victory. But I know you got some people you'd like to thank out there. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Twitch. And we're live on Facebook, most importantly. And there's been a lot of people watching. Derek, thank you. I'd like to thank the microphone and the floor is all yours.
Well, I'd like to thank DWR for putting this on. And there's some pretty good drivers out here. And, for the fans and the racers, it's just, there's quite a bit of respect out there. And, I'm kind of lost for words. Just a lot of fun out there, man.
I remember my first interview at the local track, and when I won my very first race, and I was so nervous, I think I forgot half my sponsors. I forgot some of my family members. Heck, I forgot my pit crew, Derek. So, even my first race here, and I won my first broadcasted race quite a few years ago, and I got interviewed. Guess what? I clammed up on that one, too. So, and I'm on the other end of the mic now, so I understand fully where you're coming from here tonight.
Yeah, well, thanks, and as I'm watching the replay, I mean, it looked like one hell of a show.
It definitely was one whale of a show here tonight. The first one comes hard, they say, but the other ones afterwards are easier as you keep winning those races, Derek. So good luck the rest of the season.
I guess we'll find out. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome, Derek. And again, Ron, a fantastic race here tonight. Driver of the 117, Derek Debris, bringing down his first ever DWR feature, first ever win on Full Velocity TV. He did a great interview. For as nervous as he was, great interview for Derek Debris. Aboard that 117 machine, we're going to let him get back up to everybody else. Get the party it out and thank everybody up there. Fantastic race, I tell you what. Yeah, there were some yellows. There was some carnage. But I tell you what, the racing outweighed any of that. 3 and 4 wide racing here tonight.
Yeah, most definitely. Definitely a show that you wouldn't have wanted to miss. If you missed it, you missed a good one here on this St. Patty's Day. Starting to wonder if a little bit of alcohol was ensued in some of those accidents. But so to speak, like you said, the racing outweighed the cautions for sure. And definitely not something that you would have wanted to miss. So if you missed this, you better be watching it on the replay once this comes live again on YouTube, once the broadcast goes down. Definitely one if you missed it, you want to get back and watch it. Guarantee.
Got to thank you for joining here tonight in the booth tonight, Ron. Great to have you back and on Full Velocity TV. Great to have Phil and Jack out there. Thank everybody here at DWR here tonight for hosting us and hosting Full Velocity TV. Thank you to all you fans out there. Thank you to our great sponsors, Spotify Firearms. You also got to thank dirt-series.com, CNC Race Designs, Evil One Graphics, Hanover Wrecker Services, not involved in this one now. I keep, you always say something like that, and I blame Phil for that last week, but, I try to get our sponsors out here, and I still got the same sheet in front of me. Got to thank those guys. Got to thank everybody out there. Thank DWR the most for having us here on Sunday Night Shootout. Again, I'm Todd Stanton. Alongside of me was Ron Piles. Until we see you next time here on Full Velocity TV, good night.
See ya. Ciao.